Hello YouTube, my name is Dragonheart, the Prince of Wales, and welcome to another unit overview video. Today we are looking at the Dwarves and we are looking at the Quarrellers unit. So here they are on the battlefield. We formed them up. We have 6 units of them all together. So what we're going to do is get the UI back on just like that, and we're going to bring up the information that we need. So Quarrellers we haven't selected. They are missile infantry. They're long range units that provide support for melee infantry but are themselves weak in very close combat. Except they are decent melee combat, so they can hold their own. Obviously not ideal to have in a melee combat, but if you do happen to miscontrol one or two of them and you are outflanked by a unit and they are in melee, then it's not the end of the world, because a couple of them together are pretty good in melee combat. You get 80 men per, or 80 dwarves per unit, and they have 4,560 base HP. The armor is 80, which is pretty good. Most dwarf units are pretty good with armor. 80 isn't too bad when you compare to other factions. A little bit lower as far as some of the dwarven units go. For example, we have the Ironbreakers here, which have 120. Slayers don't have any armor at all, but 80 is actually pretty decent. They have 66 leadership, which is also pretty decent as well. Obviously not as good as Ironbreakers and Slayers with 101 and 85 respectively, but still pretty decent on its own right. Speed is 30. Obviously dwarves are not going to be the fastest, but 30 is okay. Melee attack, melee defense. Well, melee attack is certainly not as good. Melee defense a lot better as 26. So a good defensive unit if they were to get outflanked, but you wouldn't be throwing them in head first into battle. Weapon strength 28, also not too bad as well. And they have a charge bonus of 4. Like I said, you're not going to charge these in head on. They are going to be a defensive unit. You're going to put them behind the lines like I'm doing right now with my infantry right by here. They have a range of 155, which, as you can see, is actually pretty decent. Putting them where they are right now, they're a nice distance away from my front line by here, and they can also fire over them and around them to about here, which means that I can have a pretty good defensive position just back there. That's quite a good range. And missile damage is 21. Now, they can hide in the forest, and they are magic resistant by 25%. So what we're going to do, we're going to start the battle right here. We're going to keep the UI on so we can see what's going to go on. We're against the Empire today, and the Empire looks like they are charging towards us. Now the Empire have some Pistoliers, they have some Outriders, they have some Swordsmen, we have Karl Franz as well. So we have a mixture of Empire troops. What I'm going to do first of all, I'm going to get my infantry into a locked formation, and I'm actually just going to hold the line here, I think. We probably will turn this around slightly on this right flank. And I got gyrocopters, which I'm just going to use to flank around for now. We do have cannons, which are firing. So we're just going to hold the line. This is what you want to do with the dwarves. Hold your lines, get your missiles locked in. And what we're going to see now, when this line gets to the front by here, we're going to have our Quarrellers, which are in fact on fire at will. They're going to just bombard them with lots and lots of firepower, just to see how they do. Now they are getting outflanked slightly by the Empire right here, which obviously isn't a good thing. But we'll see what happens now. So here we go. We'll have a look at the damage that's being done by our Quarrellers. This is a tester, so it doesn't matter too much. Just going to bring this unit around. Okay, so here we go. They're under fire. Taking fire. That should slow them down. Here comes Karl Franz as well, flying in. I can actually bring my legendary lords up here to attack Karl Franz. 99, 120. We're going to try and concentrate our fire on the swordsman. You have 2 of them go for them. We're going to have 2 go for the swordsman there. We've got 2 more here. This is what you want them to do though. You want to hold your lines with your infantry, like I'm doing right now. Obviously we've got Karl Franz trying to break my line here. We've got other units barging in, swordsmen barging in. We have all sorts of stuff going on over here right now. Jesus. My Ironbreakers have charged in as well, fighting against the Pistoliers and the Outriders. But my line is still here, they're still firing, and let's have a look at the kills then. So we have 20 kills, 14, 16, 13, 32, 32. Obviously spread out, we got them spreading out, focus on different units, but altogether, collectively, that would be 1 unit completely gone, pretty much. So, not too bad. And that could be the difference between winning and losing a battle. Most of the Empire is crashed into my men and losing this battle here. My line's actually holding, which is how you want your line to go. And these are just supporting troops, which can actually just fire away. I can now turn these around, maybe get them to fire upon the swordsmen that are routing there if I want them not to come back on the campaign, for example. We're going to try and support this unit by hitting them from afar. And again, you know, the Empire, even though they tried flanking around, I was able to bring an infantry unit around to stop that flank, meaning that my Quarrellers are actually still full strength, still have over half their ammunition remaining. And altogether, as you can see, 29, 32, 48, 56, 57. This one's getting lots of kills right now. 58 and 54. It's going really well with them. We're now going to focus on the Pistoliers. Karl Franz is obviously still alive, still causing mayhem and mischief over here. Get my gyrocopters into play. I've actually not used them that much, gyrocopters, to be fair. This unit of Slayers is still going strong against the Great Sword, which is a pretty decent infantry unit. But we are bombarding them with our 2 Quarreller units by here. Dwarves are slow, they're heavy, they got good defensive stats. That's what you've got to remember with the Dwarves. Not ideal for chasing down units, but good for having a good strong defense. And you can see these units are now routed by here. Go over the kills again, 60, 64, 66, 60. They're all getting 60 plus kills now, which is getting really, really good scores. Compared to the rest of my troops, you know, some of them haven't got kills at all because I barely used them. Some have got 22, 60, 66. So it's actually amongst the, you know, some of the higher numbers. And there we go, victory. Just like that. And this was a pretty quick battle with the Quarrellers. It was a decisive victory in the end. So we're going to have a quick look at the stats now on this screen. So let's have a look. So infantry, 108, 61. We had 51 for their Slayers, but they're 66 and 60 for my Iron Breakers, my infantry. So most of my line getting between sort of 50 to 108 kills and 60 odd then in between. But my Quarrellers did really well, did most of the damage, as you can see, for all the losses that we inflicted upon the enemy. 72, 66, 67, 87, 58, 54. Most of my kills being spread out amongst my Quarrellers and just showing that you can whittle down armies really well if you use them effectively in a good defensive position behind your lines. Anyway, I've been Dragonheart, the Prince of Wales. Thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.